How's it going, everybody? This will be officially episode 2 of the Codger Blend series. And this is the first video of actual reviews. So we decided to, with your help, we decided to review half and half first. So first Codger Blend review. Now, smoking in my new little cob. It's I think like a Cornell and Deal special or something like that. It's got a little bit nicer stem. Kind of like it. A little bit more pricey, but that's all right. Now, first thing I want to do is I've had a couple comments about 1Q not being a Codger blend, and I think that I can see where people might be coming from, being that that's saying that's not a Codger blend. Everything in pipe tobacco and pipe smoking, it's all subjective. It's all opinion based. There's very little, hard and fast rules, right? It seems like. I've always viewed it as a Codger blend or Codger-ish blend. So I think I'm going to go ahead and just stick with it, because that's going to be our number 2 that we're going to review. And I haven't had a lot of people say anything, but a couple of people have said, I'm not sure that's a Codger blend. And like I said, I get where I definitely understand that opinion. But for me, I've always kind of viewed it as a Codger blend, so we're going to go ahead and stick with it as a Codger blend. If you don't agree with that opinion, that's totally fine. You wouldn't be the first to disagree with me. You wouldn't be the last. But what's that guy? What's the guy that does the Pipes Magazine radio show, the podcast? It's like Brian Levine, I think his name is. What does he say all the time? That he's the expert in his own opinion. Well, there you go. So a little bit of history on half and half. I don't want to bore people with history or interesting facts, things that I think are interesting. Seems like half and half was developed in the early 1900s, somewhere around 1910 or 1909 or so. It was developed by the American Tobacco Company, who also produced Lucky Strike cigarettes. And seems like what they did was they combined cigarette tobacco that they put in their cigarettes with another blend at the time called Buckingham. Not Rattray's Buckingham, a totally different kind of Buckingham. I don't believe that stuff is produced anymore. I think you can find empty tins or maybe even full tins of it sometimes, on eBay or something like that. But it seems like they did a little 50-50 on that, came up with half and half, and there you go. Right, and I think I don't know how many times half and half change hands. Currently, it's being produced by STG, or Scandinavian Tobacco Group, but it's still, well, I think it's owned by STG, I guess, and I guess it's still being produced by STG, but it is being produced in the States still. So it was being produced by American Tobacco Company, obviously, in the States, and now still being produced in the States. I should have fact-checked this. I was just thinking about this. I should have fact-checked it before I started, but whatever, it's YouTube. It's not, Discovery Channel. I believe that the historian Shelby Foote, who is, I don't know if there's a famous historian, but he's a well-known historian, did a lot of Civil War type stuff. I've read a couple of his books. I believe that his favorite pipe tobacco was a mixture of Granger and half. So that's kind of interesting. And I didn't look up, all the famous people that smoked half and half or whatever. That was one of those ones I remember hearing because I'm a fan. I like Shelby Foote, and I remember hearing that about him. So the first thing I'll say about the actual tobacco is that is surprising. I I am I guess I'm surprised and I'm not surprised at the same time. Um, it's very approachable, right? Which it should be for an over-the-counter blend. There is that topping on it. It's kind of like an anise type topping. I don't know what else was in there. It doesn't taste to me like a straight anise or anise, however you want to say it, topping. Um, like I said, I don't really know what else is in there, and I feel like there's some trickery played sometimes with toppings. Things that um, maybe blenders put in there that they don't disclose, or things that they do disclose that are maybe real light. Who knows? But I've smoked probably 12, 15 bowls of it, and unsurprisingly, is pretty consistent, right? Like you don't expect, one bowl to be much different than another bowl. Um, it's consistent, it's reliable, and not to take away from the quality of it, I think it's actually a very fine tobacco for what it is. Um, I didn't think that I would hate it, but I didn't think that I would like it. And I got to say, I like it a lot more than than I don't like it. I don't know if it's something that's gonna, it's probably not something that's gonna be something I smoke all the time. But what I will say is, on a camping trip, or something like that, where you need a little bit more convenience. A pouch offers a little bit more convenience than tins do sometimes. In terms of packing it away, you can throw it around. You don't have to wear. It's pretty easy like that. I think in those circumstances where I just want to take a cob or two and a little bit of tobacco, I think a pouch of half and half will do just fine. Sometimes burleys can kind of scratch your throat a little bit. I haven't experienced that too bad with this. I don't know if it's the particular burley that they use or if it's the process. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but sometimes I'll run into blends that have burley in them that are like that, which is rare. Most of the time, if a blend has a decent amount of burley in it, it kind of gives a little scratchy, tingly feeling in my throat, which isn't, to me, isn't pleasant. Some people might like it, but this actually puts a little bit of a tingle in the nose, which I do like. Like a perique type tingle in the nose. So that's kind of interesting. You get good smoke production out of it if you're into that kind of thing. It's lightly sweet. Um, it's got, in my opinion, it seems like it has a nice room note. There's not a lot of complexity there, which you wouldn't necessarily expect. Um, but it's bready and got a little bit of cinnamony flavor to, or quality to it. Sometimes probably that anise, um, maybe showing up a little different. It's a little bit nutty, a little bit cocoa. Um, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not a big changer. You're not. It's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna change too much going down the bowl. It to me, it's just a reliable, consistent. Pretty. It's produced by a well-renowned company. Got a lot of history, and I think it's a fine tobacco. I'm not a huge fan of the cut. Instead of real long ribbons, it's kind of a almost like it almost looks like a cube cut, but without the cube. I would call it like it's kind of like a square cut. Like if you took some long ribbons and then you kind of chopped them up. Not real fine, but the good thing about a cut like that is it's easy to work with, and it reacts well in the pipe, especially in a cob. I mean, most things react decently in a cob. Yeah, I think it's a fine smoke. I think it's a good pick. I think it's a good choice for. It's like I said, it's not something I'm gonna want to smoke all the time, but I think it's a really good choice for if you need something just to stick in your pocket. You want to put a cob in a pouch in your jacket pocket or something. I think it's great. Obviously, it's the first one, so there may be others that I run into that I might like better. Uh, but I've got no. I'll say this: I got no complaints about half and half. I don't necessarily have anything glowing to say about it. What I'll probably just say is that it's a fine tobacco, and for what it is, I like it. Like I said, it's the first one, so I don't know. Maybe I'm being too generous. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I don't know. We'll see. But let me know in the comments down below what you guys think of half and half. And do you smoke it all the time? Have you never smoked it? Certain occasions, certain situations. What's the case? Yeah, I'm trying to think of something negative to say, and I just can't. I was expecting the topping to be a little bit heavier. It's not, at least on this pouch. I would imagine that the topping is pretty consistent across pouches or across batches. I know that I think that they do make like a 12 or a 14-ounce can. I will say that I don't know that the Virginias and the Burleys are interesting enough to carry the blend without a topping, right? Which is probably why there is a topping. Um, where I think the Virginias, the Burleys, with that little bit of topping, it's interesting. I'll say this: it's more interesting than a lot of tobaccos that I've smoked uh, recently that didn't have a topping, um, which is surprising to me. Yeah. So let me know in the comments down below what you think of half and half, and if you're if you think that I'm crazy and I don't know what I'm talking about because I view 1Q as a Codger blend. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you about that. To me, it's always been a Codger blend, and so we're gonna treat it as such. And I don't think I'm super off the mark because I think that I my comments haven't been blown up by people saying it's not a Codger blend. There have been a few comments about it, But if you search Google search 1Q, is 1Q a Codger blend? I'm sure there's a ton of people out there that view it as a Codger blend. So I don't think I'm the only one. Probably have another tobacco review coming later in the week. I got this blend. It's a cake or a plug. I don't remember the name of it right now. Well, you guys will find out when I do the review. I'll probably do that in a few days. And until then, it's on to 1Q for Codger blends. With the Codger blends, I want to sprinkle them in with like normal videos, just BSing or talking about other stuff or pipes or whatever. But I'd like to do at least like 2 Codger blend videos a month, maybe 4, right? 3, 4, who knows what it is. It all just depends on my schedule, what I'm doing, what I'm smoking, those kinds of things. But I hope you guys enjoy the Codger blend series. Second video so far, and I hope you continue to enjoy it. And I'm already having a lot of fun doing it, just with smoking half and half. So first experience, with Codger blends, and I kind of feel fortunate that I never got into them before, so that I can do this, for you guys and do all this experience together. Should be fun. Should be interesting. What I am realizing though is I think, when I first started out, I was like, there's maybe 8 or 10 tobaccos that I would, consider Codger blends. I think there's a lot more than that, just based on what I see in the comments and more I look into stuff. So this may end up being a full, like a 2-year series. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. But till the next video, appreciate all you guys following along, watching the videos. We're up close to 400 subscribers, which is mind-boggling to me. So thank you. I appreciate that. And half and half. It's pretty decent stuff. Let me know what you think about it. If you've never tried it, it's pretty cheap. Pick up a pouch, try a few bowls, and I don't think that you're going to come away absolutely hating it. You may not like it, but I think you're going to go... I think a lot of people out there are probably going to have the same opinion of it that I do. Until next time, adios.